Hello, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of Scott Sports 101. I'm Scott Trella. We'll preview Game 1 of the NBA Finals. We'll talk about tonight's Tribe White Sox game. But first, here's today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. What NBA player was nicknamed Butterbean? A. Jason Kidd. B. Dana Melgillo. C. Bob Love. Or D. Kyle Lowry. I'll have the answer later in the broadcast. We now know who the Cavs will play in the NBA Finals. It will be, for the fourth year in a row, the Golden State Warriors, because they defeated the Houston Rockets in Game 7 of the Western Conference Final last night, 101-92. The Rockets jumped out to the early lead, and they led at halftime, but I thought in the second half, the Rockets just fell apart, and they just could not maintain that lead or hold it. And Golden State just took advantage of every opportunity, and they just took control of the game from the third quarter. And the Warriors they battled back, but it just was not enough. And I thought if Chris Paul had not been injured, the Rockets may have won this game. And I know the majority of fans here, Cavs fans here in Cleveland, wanted the Rockets, and I think some Cavs fans across the country did as well. Excuse me. So for the Rockets, their season has come to an end. But hey, you had a great season, Rockets, and it's time for reflection on the season. You gave the Warriors a great run, and I think you're going to be back in the thick of it next year. So great season, Rockets. Now, getting back to Game 1 of the NBA Finals and this series, which begins on Thursday at 9 on ABC. No one is giving the Cavs a chance to win this series. But my prediction, and I'm still by far, I'm really down with this by far. I'm saying Cavs in 6. But I feel no one is giving Cavs a chance to win this series. But I feel that's a good thing, because it really might help the Cavs to win this series. It might, and the other thing is, LeBron has a chance to submit his legacy and really secure his legacy, because this is really if they can really pull out this series and win it. And what if they do pull out this series and win it? Does he secure a legacy? And do the Cavs come up with a wide chance offer to keep LeBron here in Cleveland, to re-sign him? And does this mean that does it mean that the Cavs are gonna? Does it mean that does it mean that we come up with a scouting, a really big offer to re-sign LeBron? Or, sorry for repeating myself on that. Or does the team make changes, or do they re-sign all of the players for next season, or come up with better strategies? Well, this series, I feel by far, is going to be a tight one. And I don't think it's going to be a sweep. Even though there are fans that feel that's going to be a sweep or end in Game 5. But I feel that it is going to be a 6 or 7 game series. So we will find out what will happen and more when Game 1 of the NBA Finals begins on Thursday at 9 on ABC. And I really feel the Cavs are really going to do it, that we're going to bring home our second NBA title. And I feel LeBron really wants it to be a sweep, but I don't think it's going to be a sweep. And I feel LeBron wants it done in either 5 or 6 games. But the other players, there's some factors here. The Cavs have to dominate from the get-go and not let up on the Warriors and not give the Warriors a chance to get back in the game. But the defense really has to step it up as well as the offense, especially the defense. And they've got to get the rebounds of the shots that Golden State is trying to make. There's got to be somebody at the hoop to get it. And they've got to score the 2 plays and the 1 plays and go for the layups. Score 3-pointers, but only when you need to, only when it's absolutely necessary. And you got to not give fouls until that is absolutely necessary as well. Because I feel there were too many fouls given in this game. And a lot of too many turnovers in Game 7 between the Cavs and Celtics on Sunday. And they got to they have to not have so many turnovers. They just need to not have that. And there were way too many turnovers, I feel, once again. So I feel, and I really feel LeBron's cast, supporting cast, really has to come alive and help him out. Be in double figures. Help LeBron out. And as George Hill, Larry Nance Jr., C.D. Osman, Jordan Clarkson. Jeff Green has been there before, and he's helped LeBron out. So the supporting cast has to come alive. But for some of them, it's going to be their first NBA Finals. George Hill, Larry Nance Jr., Jordan Clarkson, and C.D. Osman. Because LeBron's been there before, J.R. Smith has been there before, Kyle Korver has been there before, and Jeff Green has been there before, and Kevin Love have all been there before. So the supporting cast just really has got to come alive. So what does this tell you? You've got to, Cavs really have to come out and they got to be ready. And the Warriors, I feel, are going to be ready. They are tired from that 7-game series, the Warriors. And they're not the team that they once were. It's just not there. And they've got 2 guys out with injuries. And Andre Iguodala is questionable for Game 1. And also Kevin Love, who is still on the NBA concussion protocol list. So those 2 guys are questionable, and the other guys are questionable. And I got to tell you, the Cavs got to come out ready, because the Warriors are going to be ready for this series, and anything can happen. They've got to dominate, but the Cavs have to dominate this series from the get-go. And all 7 of these games, if it goes all 7 games, or 6 out of 7 games, if we can end it in Game 6, which I would like to see it end in Game 6, because that's what I feel, Cavs in 6. So I feel we, as fans, really need to support the Cavs in this series. But give them a chance to really see what they can do. Watch the game closely. Support the Cavs. Because this is a chance for LeBron to make a legacy for himself, and for the Cavs to bring home their 2nd NBA title. And I feel all the fans are going to be supporting the Cavs. It's going to be an exciting time, and I just feel this is going to be one tight series that's going to be a toss-up. So let's do it, boys. Let's bring home our 2nd NBA title. Well, it is now time for the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. And it is, what NBA player was nicknamed Butterbean, excuse me. Was it A, Jason Kidd, B, Don Margero, C, Bob Love, or D, Kyle Lowry? If you said C, Bob Love, you are correct. He was a young player that could shoot with his right or his left hand, and he was nicknamed Robert Earl Butterbean Love, and he spent the prime of his career with the Chicago Bulls. And I'll have another trivia question when I do a preview of Game 1 of the NBA Finals on Thursday, and that will be an NBA Finals edition of Scott Sports 101. And let me know how many games you think it's going to go, and let me know if you feel that if the Cavs have a chance to win this series. And I really want to know your input. I'm interested. Put it on my discussion on the Scott Sports 101 YouTube channel discussion board page, or go to the website, my website, scottsports101@gmail.com. And really let me know what you think. I want your input on this. And we're going to turn now to a little Tribe. And the Tribe took Game 2 of a 3-game series with the Chicago White Sox. They beat the White Sox 7-3. Mike Clevenger was on the mound for the good guys. And the Tribe jumped out to a 3-run lead and never gave up. It was a lead they would never give up. And the White Sox, they were only able to score 3 runs on 10 hits, and Mike Clevenger, I think, with 7 2/3 innings, and the bullpen just came on and just really finished the job. And I felt the Tri-Bats really came alive in this game. Michael Brantley hit 2 home runs, and even Francisco Lindo hit a couple of home runs. And the Tribe is 3 games above 500. And I feel that is great. And let's stay above 500, Tribe. And the Tribe will try to go for 3 in a row tomorrow night for the sweep against the White Sox tomorrow night at Progressive Field. First pitch is at 6:10 at Progressive Field. And you can catch the game on Sports Time Ohio. Tom Hamilton with the call. And on WTAM 1100, Tom Hamilton with the call, excuse me. And now, getting back to LeBron and Game 1 of the NBA Finals between the Cavs and Warriors. Now, what LeBron has done for the Cavs franchise, for the team in general, the Cavs fans and the city of Cleveland cannot be topped. He has done so much, and he gave the city a major uplift in 2016 when we won our first NBA title. Now, we've been to the finals 4 times. We've faced the Warriors 3 out of those 4 times. We're about to face them for the 4th time beginning on Thursday. Now, in 2015, the Warriors beat the Cavs in 6 games and won their first NBA title in 30 years. Now, and then in 2016, we beat the Warriors in 7 games and won our first NBA title, which was a major uplift for the city of Cleveland. And then last year in 2017, the Warriors just whooped the Cavs in 4 games to 1. Now, with this one, this going to be the 4th season in a row and the 4th NBA Finals where the Cavs do face the Warriors. I do feel that with the Warriors have won it twice, we have won it once. I feel it's going to be a split, and we are going to win this series in 6 games and win our 2nd NBA title. So I feel that this is going to be a split that we will have 2 and the Warriors will have 2. So we'll have to wait and see. We're going to have to wait and see what happens on Thursday. But I feel it's really going to be an interesting series. And I feel the Cavs, they do have a 50-50 chance to win this series. Even though the odds are not in their favor, and even though they're the underdog, I do feel that they have a chance to win this series. We're almost out of time, and I have to say, Jeff Green has really stepped it up for the 2 games that Kevin Love was out with the concussion, and hopefully he will get to play in this series. And I feel Kevin Love is questionable. He may be back for Game 1, but they may wait till Game 2. But we will see, because the first 2 games are on the road, and Game 3 we play at home on Wednesday, June 7th. So we will have to wait and see. So hopefully Kevin Love will be back for one of those games. Well, I really feel that this has been one just amazing season. I mean, the Cavs aren't the team they were either. But I feel LeBron Supply-Cast is going to step it up as well as LeBron James. And he is going to lead the way, LeBron James. He's really, and because he really helps out. His supporting cast helps him out, and he talks to his supporting cast. He tells them what they need to know, what they need to do. And Ty Lue said he feels the Cavs have a chance, and he's going to make sure they practice really hard. And it is he wants the Cavs to really win this series, but do the best they can and keep their heads held high. Well, on that note, that is going to do it for this edition of Scott Sports 101. Always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.